Oh, that doesn't sound like a homecoming good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning, Golden Rams. Homecoming 2013, a Ram reunion. Let's give J.W. Holly, let's give Albany State University 1903 a rounding round of applause this morning. Yeah, standing ovation is okay. That would be appropriate. Now that you're standing, please remain standing. That was kind of a slight little trick. Now that you're standing, please allow our ASU ROTC to come forward and they will post the colors and we will officially be underway.
Mark time, march, left, colors, hope, right, face, post, colors, precinct, arms, left, face, forward, march, left, 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 left,
March.
forward, march, left, column left, march, left.
Good morning, Dr. Freeman, administration, faculty, staff, student, alumni, and friends. As most people here know, the Albany State Golden Rams have a winning tradition for many years. The tradition is not by mere chance. Instead, it is due to much hard work and dedication on part of many individuals. Although our season hasn't gone as predicted, I ask that you Ram fans not lose hope in the Golden Rams. And I ask that you keep the Ram spirit alive and cheer us on to a victory tomorrow. The great Willie May says, it isn't hard to be good from time to time in sports. What's tough is being good every day. So starting today, we're looking to turn this train around right away and keep it on the tracks. Everybody's a fan when you're winning, but it takes a true Ram fan to keep believing and keep cheering. At this time, would you guys please bow your heads with me? Dear God, we acknowledge you today and welcome you into our midst. We praise you for the celebration of Albany State University's homecoming. We thank you for all that you have done for ASU and protecting this institution and all its stakeholders through both good and trying times. Help us to be willing and quick to do work. Teach us to appreciate the blessings that we have in Albany State. Keep our minds sharp and our spirits focused. Keep our bodies strong and our visions clear. As you have graced us to perform mightily on the playing field, so enable us to compete and be victorious in life. We pray that you make us worthy of the university's rich heritage and may our deepest trust be ever in you, O God. Amen.
We have a very, very aggressive program this morning and we're excited to be here. Are y'all excited to be here? Yeah. All right. We're going to set the tone this morning just right and we will have words of welcome by a beautiful Miss Albany State University, Miss Antoinette Skipper, and then we will have a selection by our concert chorale, and then greetings by our friends. But I will come back just before the greetings to introduce our honored guests. Ms. Skipper, thank you very much.
Good morning, Dr. Freeman, administrators, faculty, staff, students, alumni, and extended RAM family. As I survey the room, this morning I see people who have driven from across campus, others from across other cities, and others who have traversed the miles, but we have all come to this place for such a time as this, to celebrate homecoming at Albany State University. The theme we have chosen brings to mind the notion of a family reunion, and that people who are linked by blood and our marriage gather in one place and reconnect with one another. They eat good food, play great games, and reminisce about old times. I stand before you then, today, to say welcome home, RAM family. Welcome home to our alma mater, to our fostering mother. Welcome home to our RAM reunion.
Gentlemen, we're just given a treat by the baddest concert chorale in the land, the ASU Concert Chorale. When you're 110 years old, you have a tendency to have a lot of friends. Albany State University has been here for 110 years, and it is a solid pillar in this community. This morning, we will have a series of greetings by some very important friends of Albany State University and some very important people in our community. And so I'd like to allow them to come up now to bring words of greetings, beginning with one of our very own, Mayor Dorothy Hubbard, our honorable good friend, Jeff Senior, Ms. Joycia Ricks, President of our National Alumni Association, our SGA President, Ms. Dejanay Thompson, Mr. Dimitri Nader, Mr. Royal Gentleman, Mr. Vern Luster Wallace, Faculty Senate, and Ms. Kim Douglas, the President of our Faculty Senate. Let's greet them as they come. Thank you.
Good morning, Ram. Good morning, Ram. Welcome home. I am delighted to be here, to be among my Ram family. And I'm excited that you have come home for this reunion. Let's cheer it up. Let's go, Ram. All right. As mayor and on behalf of the city of Albany, Georgia, the Board of Commissioners, the city staff, and all of the 77,500 citizens of Albany, Georgia, I welcome you home. This is a Ram reunion, and it is a time to remember, a time to laugh, a time to celebrate, a time to reminisce and share old stories, a time to make new stories. It's a Ram reunion, and it's a time to see old friends, and it's a time to make new friends. It's a Ram reunion, it's a time to meet new members of our family. This Ram reunion is about coming together to show young Rams what it means to be a member of the Albany State University Ram family. This is a Ram reunion. It's about strengthening the bond of the family. This Ram reunion is for us to celebrate our past and welcome our future. On Monday of this week, I declare that the city, on Saturday, it is Blue and Gold Day in the city of Albany, Georgia. And I'm willing to bet you that once we let them know what Ram Spirit is all about, they'll never want to go back. You should also know that the city of Albany, the Albany Convention and Visitors Bureau, our Chamber of Commerce, and our businesses have all rolled out the Blue and Gold carpet for you. They have decorated their stores. And we even have big Ram heads in the middle of the street. Go Ram. This is a Ram reunion. This is a Ram reunion. Let's celebrate. Let's have some fun. Let's tell a few jokes and spend lots of money and enjoy this Ram homecoming celebration. Welcome home, Rams. Greetings.
Man, she's bad as a bone, ain't she? Go Rams! Good morning, everybody. Man, there's blue and gold everywhere. I was going to work this morning, and I'm a bug man, and so we're kind of inconspicuous. And as I rode down all these different roads today, I saw the blue and gold and got so excited. We don't really realize sometimes how exciting this entire weekend is and how overwhelming it is to those that don't understand. They're like, wow, they're having a great time. We just ask them to join us and enjoy this weekend so all of us can see the Rams win tomorrow. We are going to win tomorrow. I feel it. I feel it. Last year we felt it can happen, and this year it's going to happen too. Please know that this community is so behind this incredible university and so behind this homecoming, and I've never seen the enthusiasm across the board. And Mayor Hubbard said it so well. Everyone's in, everyone's excited, and go Rams, and everybody please have a great, safe weekend. Go Rams!
Good morning, Rams!
Good morning.
And welcome. The old proverb that states, "Blessed is he who has nothing to say and who refrains from saying it," does not apply to me today. I am here to make it sweet and short. We, members of the Board of Directors of Albany State University National Alumni Association Incorporated, welcomes each of you to 2013 Ram Reunion. Go Rams!
should be very well excited, right? Good. Well, it is with great pleasure to be amongst you all this morning to celebrate yet another Homecoming Convocation. I am Desjanae Thompson, the Student Government Association President, and on behalf of SGA, I bring you greetings. Thank you.
Good morning. A family reunion is a time of great joy and excitement. In the world that we live in, families are often scattered around. Sometimes we don't see family members for years, nor talk to them. A family reunion is a special time for each and every one of us. And although you may feel close to your neighbors and friends, there is nothing quite like family. It is my esteemed honor to bring you greetings this morning on this most auspicious occasion. I'm looking forward to continuing a fun-filled homecoming weekend, so thank you, and have a great Ramley reunion.
Hello. Welcome home. President Freeman, SGA President Thompson, platform guests, ladies and gentlemen, alumni and friends, faculty, staff, and students. This is home. This is a launching pad. From here, you can go anywhere and do anything, and you have. Your return home is living testimony to the greatness of Albany State University. Again, welcome. This is your time and your place. On behalf of the faculty and staff of this great university, I say to you that we are so proud of you and your contributions. ASU is all the better because of your legacy. Your legacy is our legacy. Together, we can stand proud and say with conviction, how do you like me now? Each year, pride and the crowd grows. Each year, we stand here at ASU and say to you, the world and ourselves, job well done. For those of you who are returning for the first time, remember this moment, then watch with amazement how great the change is every year. I am so proud to represent those of us who have and who have had the honor of working and growing with this great university every day with the personal and professional privilege of shaping the minds that are the future of the university and the nation. As faculty representative, we hope that this week and this weekend turn out to be everything that you have planned for this past year. We open our hearts and our arms to you, and you may feel free to open your checkbook to ASU.
Good morning, Rams. ASU administrators, faculty, staff, students, alumni, visitors, and friends. It's with great pleasure to extend greetings to you on behalf of Albany State University Staff Council in honor of homecoming this year. In recognition of our theme, a Ram reunion, I'm sure that the alumni who are staff members here at Albany State have come together as a family during this weekend in celebration with outpouring support. I hope that you have a wonderful homecoming and enjoy all the activities that have been planned. I wish you the best of luck on tomorrow. Remember that this is the time to celebrate, have fun, reminisce, get together, and most of all, be safe. Again, enjoy, good luck, and go Rams.
Our theme this year is a Ram reunion, which is based on a family reunion. So for about 2 minutes, I want to ask y'all to do me a favor. My father-in-law is here for the first time in Albany, Georgia. We all are here as members of our family. And what do families do? They like to hug each other. They like to say hello. So for 2 minutes, I want you all to reach to the person next to you, say hello, let's hug each other, and act like it's homecoming. How about that? A round of applause. Doesn't that feel better? That feels a little better, doesn't it? All right. Now that everybody feels welcome and you feel like the Ram reunion, we're going to ask, at least for the next few days, the head of our family, Dr. Everett Freeman, to come up. And you know what? This is Dr. Freeman's last homecoming with us as our sitting president. So I want you all to give him a real big round of applause to give him as he comes to introduce our speaker.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Stop, I'm gonna pass the collection plate. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. If we keep this up, we gotta pass the collection plate. Speaking of collection plates, when you leave today, you will notice on the outside a rendering of the Communications, Language, and Fine Arts building that Mr. Porter and others will be urging you to help us collect $1 million as our share in the construction of that building. You know, $1 million is nothing among men and women who love their alma mater as much as they love life. So when Mr. Porter and Dr. Bynum and others make the call upon you, and that will happen this weekend, to generously give in support of the Communications, Language, and Fine Arts building, I hope you do, because it will be truly the centerpiece of this campus for the next 50 years. You heard Dr. Trimmons and that fantastic band both play and sing. You heard Dr. Hood and our magnificent chorale sing the joys of our passage and our passing over the years, Dr. Hood. And many of you and I have heard our speaker grace us with his enormous talent, a talent that was earned under the tutelage of Dr. Leroy Bynum. Our guest speaker truly represents what we say when we mean potential realized. And young people, it is extraordinary that an international opera singer who has commitments literally all over the world to perform has taken a moment to return to Ram Nation and to spend a day with us, not as a singer. I told him if he's asked to sing, ask him to write a check. But he comes as a fellow Ram. And I'm particularly grateful that he's here so that younger Rams can do what Dr. Bynum is doing as part of his T. Marshall Jones lecture series. One of the series events this year is that Dr. Bynum is featuring emerging talents, those young men and women who are just on the cusp of greatness in their profession, musicians and singers. They are just there, about to be the biggest thing around. And Dr. Bynum, in his wisdom, with the support of Jane Wilson, has arranged for those folks to join us as one of the performing events at our annual T. Marshall Jones series. I invite you to go to all of those, but especially the one featuring the emerging talents. And I ask you to do that after hearing our speaker today, because he has made it big. He has traversed that last stone on the mountain from just about getting there to getting it done. He graduated from Albany State University and then went on to the University of Michigan to do further music studies. He has performed in Austria, he has performed in Italy, he has performed La Scala, he has performed all of the great operatic demands on a singer of his talent that one could expect. He is a native of Tifton, Georgia. He is truly one of ours. And he has left Tifton and took Tifton with him all over the world and has taken Albany State with him all over the world. You saw him on America's Got Talent. He's had over 12 million hits on his performance. His website continues to garner interest and knowledge and excitement around the world. He's being requested by AMC, fraternities, sororities, the American Cancer Society, and other organizations to allow him to be a part of their efforts at greatness because of his extraordinary talent. Those of you who have a little bit of years behind you will appreciate that we've been looking for the other bookend for years. You know, the whole book's up firm and straight. You need bookends. And in the musical pantheon, one of the male bookends has been that magnificent bass singer, Paul Robeson. And since Robeson, we said there's got to be somebody at the other end of the spectrum. There's got to be. And we've been waiting for that male singer at the other end of the spectrum. Robeson way down in his voice, singing Old Man River and other things around the world, singing in Italian and Russian and Spanish, just as our speaker today does. And we've been waiting for that other bookend. So all of our books, all of us will be able to stand straight and tall, knowing that the musical orbit has been fulfilled with these two bookends. And now we have it. A man who Rolling Stones said has a voice that is simply stunning. Join me, ladies and gentlemen, in joining our golden ram, our speaker of the day, a man of magnificent talent, Travis Pratt. Let's join him in a rousing round of applause. Please, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Pratt.
Thank you, Mr. President. Okay, y'all, see, that was big. I'm glad I don't have to sing today, because I mean, I would have some big shoes to fill after all of that. And I'm like, is that me? Okay. I'd like to first give honor to the president of this illustrious university, to the faculty and the staff and the people who made this possible for me to stand before you today. And also, before I begin, I almost forgot. Take me to the king? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All day. Let's do it. Okay, I'd like to pay tribute to some of the pioneers who paved the way for a lot of us. I like to call them unsung heroes. I want you to meet Miss Barbara Hammond. Miss Barbara Hammond is a lyric soprano. She's no stranger to the Italian repertoire. She's lived and worked in Europe. She has an inextinguishable passion for exposing kids in disadvantaged areas. Is she here? Miss Barbara Hammond, please stand up. She's right here in the front. People like this, she's an ASU alumni as well. People like this made it possible for me to stand here today. Thank you so much. I would be remiss not to honor my great mentor, Dr. Leroy Bynum. Many of you know him as the Dean of Arts and Humanities. Did I get that right? Is that it? Okay, I mean, he was my voice teacher. What you might not know about him is his prolific career he's had in the field of opera. He sang leading roles in major houses all over the world. And he's also my mentor, as I said before. Let me tell you a story real quick. Dr. Bynum found me in Tifton with a dirty cast on my left wrist and a Band-Aid on covering up a knot on the side of my head. Seriously. He literally drugged me by the ear from Tifton to 504 College Drive, and I thank him for that. That gave me the foundation on which I continue to stand today. Where is he? I saw him standing back in the back. Absolutely. Okay, here we go. One more person I need to acknowledge. My fiance is here with me today. You guys met her on TV. The beautiful, the illustrious Miss Elvira Van Horn. Please stand up, baby. All right, y'all, watch out now. Watch yourself. Well, all right. Okay. So, I was living in Detroit, and I was minister of music at one of the largest churches there. I was making a whole lot of money. I had about 20 or 30 students. My students were the best of the best. They were winning competitions, getting admitted into major universities and stuff like that. I was performing in local theater, doing some acting, doing some singing here and there when I could. I was even on the cover of the local magazines. A good friend of mine named Darnell, he came to visit me, and he sat in on one of my rehearsals. And at the end of the rehearsal, he goes, "Pratt, that choir sounds phenomenal, man. They are awesome. I've never heard them be that good. I mean, that was fantastic." And he said, "But are you happy?" I mean, that really struck a major chord to me. It was like pulling a scab off of a wound, because I knew that was not the end for me. I knew that was not essentially what I wanted to do, but I kind of got stuck in a place where the longer I continued there, it didn't hurt anymore. I mean, at first I was just, oh my God, I wish I was on stage. I wish I was singing. I wish I was traveling. And the longer I stayed in that place, the more I stopped thinking about it. But him asking me that question made me face everything. He said to me, these kids that you're working with, and you do need to pour back in. It's important to pour back into people. But he said, these kids that you are working with, they're going to graduate and move on with their lives. You don't want to wake up 5 years from now and say, what happened to me? What happened to my dreams? And the words rung in my head. I was thinking, how did I get here? Y'all remember the song Deborah Cox, "How did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here." Y'all remember that? I tried that love thing for the last time. That love thing for me was that career that I was chasing, and I kept running into stumbling blocks. I'm giving it everything I have, and I keep falling. And so it started to hurt. Rejection is a powerful thing, guys, I'm telling you. Nobody wants to feel it. So I'm gonna tell you what I started to do. I told myself that I'm not gonna go through this anymore. I don't wanna feel like this, and I'm gonna have to get myself together, and I just up and moved to New York with everything in my car, and I was like, I'm gonna make it, or I'm gonna die trying. Check this out. In opera, the traditional way of getting discovered is through international competitions. The Metropolitan Opera has this competition called the National Council Auditions. You guys, I had dreamed of winning this competition since I was about 15 years old. Okay? My opportunity was here. I fasted, I prayed, I sacrificed. I did everything I knew to do to be prepared. And this moment was here. I take the stage, I'm like, I'm ready for this. Good evening, my name is Travis Pratt. I will begin with Ecco ridente il cielo, il babrire di Seviglia by Giacomo Rossini. I look at the accompanist, the signal to him that I'm ready to start. He starts the music. And y'all, I'm sitting there and I'm like, what song is this? I couldn't remember the words. I'm sweating profusely. My heart rate is on 3,000. I'm like, for real? I couldn't think of the words. I'm panicking. Right before it was time to come in, somehow I managed to remember, so it was a false alarm. I remembered I came in, but guess what? What came out of my mouth was an even bigger shock. It was the worst I had ever sang in my life. At the biggest opportunity ever, I did everything I could to be prepared for this. Everything and everybody was there. Anybody in the industry was there. They're all looking at me like, I thought he could sing. And I'm so embarrassed. The only thing I could think of is escape. I'm like, so do I just stop the music and be like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what's going on, but this is a mess. Or do I hold my breath and try to pass out? And maybe if the ambulance takes me out, then I don't have to face these people who just witnessed this calamity. I'm like, okay, so what do I do? Guys, I was so extremely disappointed. Disappointed beyond measure. Let me tell you what disappointment did to me. I vowed to myself, but it was involuntary. I didn't speak it out loud, but I said I would never feel this way again. I can't go through this. So what I started to do, guys, I started to aim lower by avoiding contests. Now, I'm too proud of a man to admit that I'm scared. I would never say to myself, and definitely not to you, I guess I'm doing it now, but definitely not to anybody else that I'm afraid of something. So what I would do was self-sabotage myself. I would somehow manage to not turn the application in on time. I would literally procrastinate to do the recording, and you know these things are competitive. You know you got to put your best foot forward. I would literally wait until 2 days before, and where I'm faced to go with whatever it is I have when I know it's not my best. Or better yet, I would just not even really fill out the application right. You want to know what I was doing? I was looking for an excuse to lose. Because if I had an excuse to lose, if they didn't pick me, I didn't have to face that I wasn't good enough. Who wants to feel like that? I don't. I don't like that. Rejection is a powerful thing, but check this out. If you don't deal with it, it will deal with you. What I was doing was I was looking for something to hide behind. So my question to you today is, what are you hiding behind? What are you hiding behind? You can't blame anybody else for anything. You have to take responsibility for your life and make whatever you're trying to do happen. I was traveling. I was in Columbus, Ohio. I was meeting up with a friend of mine. Her name is Toya. We grew up together in Tiffin. I call on the phone and let her know that I'm in Columbus, and she goes, well, you know, you got to come by and see me. And Toya, she one of those, like, make sure you come, I'll holler at your girl, like that. And so I let her know that I'm there, and she text messages me where to meet her. I pull up, y'all, it's like on the corner of like ML King and Oak Ridge. Now, ML King is like the hood everywhere, basically, you know what I'm saying? So I pull up, and y'all, let me tell you what she was doing. She was over there, this my dude, what? Yes, he about to let y'all have it. He is famous, yo. He says, oh, in Italy, what? You ain't ready? You ain't watched this. And I'm walking, I'm like, what is she telling these people? I'm like, I know. They ain't finna ask me to sing opera on the corner of Oak Ridge and Martin Luther King. Oh, so I walk up there, and guess what, y'all? They did. She had talked me up so much, they wanted to hear, and I forgot to describe her friends to you guys, okay? They all had sagging pants. They smelled like grass. Right. They smelled like grass, and they had hats on backwards the whole nine. And they're like, she said, let me hear you do it. Y'all, I was trying to think of anything I could to get out of it. Now, I'm not ashamed of what I do, but I knew I didn't want to face the ridicule. I didn't want to answer the questions like, you're saying, right, wait, for real? I didn't want to deal with that. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get out of this, but something inside told me to sing. So I did it. Che bella cosa, nell'alto sole, n'aria serena. And before I can get 2 words out, y'all, they already booing. Boo, dude, you whack, you whack. Lame. They falling all over each other, laughing. The whole night I'm talking about, I'm like, okay, for real, okay, whatever. This isn't the first time I've been laughed at, whatever. I'm gonna get my keys, get in my rental car, and I'm out of here. Before I left, check this out. This elderly guy stopped me, and he said, Travis, when did you know you wanted to sing opera? I said, I knew I wanted to sing opera since I was a little boy. He said to me, I'm so proud of you for still singing. And I'm thinking, oh, somebody got some sense. I'm so proud of you for still singing, because if you grew up with Toya, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out that y'all didn't grow up in Beverly Hills. So I know people didn't understand you telling them you wanted to sing opera. I'm like, yeah, you're right. He said, I'm sure you had people laughing at you and everything. I said, yeah. There was a bit of that. He told me, Travis, I wanted to be a dentist. And that's all I could think about when I was a child. But every time I verbalized it, people would be like, dude, people like you don't become no dentist. People from around here don't become a dentist. What he said, even his mother said, you gotta be smart to be a dentist. Now, he told me, he was so proud of me for singing, because he said, he shook my hand and looked me in the eye and said, he was about in his mid-60s. He said, now, it may be too late for me, but I promise you, I'm gonna instill in my grandkids that they can do anything they put their minds to. You inspired me for singing here, on the corner of Martin Luther King and Oak Ridge. And that blessed me, because, I didn't want to sing, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to get out of it, but I went ahead and did it. But listen, the moral of that story is, do not allow people to force their limitations on you. Because they can't do it, that doesn't mean that you can. It's like you have to save your own life. Parents can be some of the biggest dream killers, and actually, Spike Lee said that. And a lot of times they think they're protecting you. No, you can't make that. And they're trying to protect you because they don't want you to be hurt. Don't allow anybody to stop you from doing anything. Now, as a child, you may have been defenseless, but as an adult, you have to stand against anything and everybody who says anything that is not in harmony with your intentions. You also have to fight and combat negative thoughts. A wise man compared the thoughts of the mind to a garden. Now, you don't have to do anything to make weeds grow. They will grow up through the concrete, up and down the side of your house, and through your front door, if you let it. The mind is the same way. You have to cultivate yourself to think the right thoughts. Success is intentional. If you're growing a garden and you want beautiful flowers, if you want exotic orchids and roses, you got to put in some concentrated time, energy, and effort. Now listen, that also means that you have to be honest with yourself and where you are. That means not pretending. It doesn't matter that no one else knows the truth. Because when the truth hits you, it will turn your world upside down, just like it did me. When my friend made the comment to me about the choir, I was pretending to be happy because the things around me was making me feel important, but I was pretending. Are you the great pretender? The great pretender is one that fulfills everyone's expectations of them. They marry the right person, they drive the right car, they live in the right neighborhood, but guess what? None of these things pleases them. They are fulfilling a list of expectations placed on them by someone else. Again, are you the great pretender? Don't pretend to be happy when you have the power to change what is making you unhappy. Check this out. I used to pretend I wanted good credit. I did. I would get all the what is it, Equifax, whatever they're called. I pull all of those in from the 3 credit sources, have everything set out on the table, and this bill is due at this time, and this is due here, and I promised myself I am not going to spend and live beyond my means and all this good stuff. I really used to do it even when I was here. And as soon as John or one of my LBs or Lavisha, somebody called me and said everybody's going to the Legion, the next stop for me was to Albany Mall to get a new outfit, fresh haircut, and all of that. Budget out of the window, but I kept saying I wanted good credit. The moral of that story is this. You have to keep your promises to yourself, because if you don't, your mind will lose respect for your will. Somebody hashtag that. Your mind will lose respect for your will. If you keep telling yourself, promising, oh, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to lose weight, and you start a diet every Monday, but by Monday night it's over, your mind will lose respect for your will. I'm serious. You have to follow through. Now, the pain of discipline is tough to bear, but far worse is the pain of regret. So you have to work. Let's get to work. There's a lot of valuable lessons to be learned. Sometimes you can learn more from losing than you can from winning. Because when you win, you're celebrating the victory and you ignore the mistakes you made. But when you lose, especially when it's a great loss, that makes you sit down and go over every finite, minute detail to try to figure out how you got in this particular place. You know, you also have to leverage yourself. You have to networking is one of the biggest things I learned, you know, post graduate school and getting out of school. You have to meet the right people. You have to network and make friends. One of my mentors always says that you are an average of the 4 people you spend the most time with, the 4 people you talk to the most. Now let me tell you something real quick. If 2 of those people are fools, guess what does that mean for you? I mean, you might not be a fool, but you're definitely not Albert Einstein. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to be aware of your surroundings, and you meet high achievers because they push and develop you to go further. You never need to lose sight of your goal. Never lose sight of the desired result. You must focus on your goals to the exclusion of everything else. When you allow your goals to become the lead in managing your steps, your path will become intentional and not left up to chance. It's like a GPS. You don't have to have all the particulars beyond the physical address. When distractions occur, it will redirect you. Do I really have time to do this? Is this benefiting me? Is this helping me get to where I'm trying to be? Goal-oriented people are less concerned with the problem and more into the solution. A good friend of mine is a football player. From my perspective, you know, he's a smaller guy. You know, he's probably a little bit bigger than me. And I said to him, are you ever intimidated by, you know, the 300-pound guys on the field? He said, Travis, man, when I'm on that field, the only thing I can think about is how I'm going to stop this play. I don't have time or energy to consider how big the next guy is, the size of his hands, the muscles in his neck. He said, Travis, the minute I take my eyes off the quarterback, I fail. We have to be the same way in the pursuit of our dreams. Never take your mind off the goal. No time, no money, no resources, excuses. Nobody wants to hear them. Everybody has a story. Don't tell a good story. Don't become a victim of your circumstance. You have to transcend that to become that which you know you're destined to be. Let's get back to the dream. Remember your original plans. You had it all mapped out. You were so happy that you didn't even notice that you were in lack. You couldn't wait to get up and do it again. You used your imagination to visualize what it would be like. You pretended. You saw yourself as that doctor. I saw myself as a professional singer. Nothing else mattered. Nothing was impossible. You made bold declarations about who you were and what you were going to become. Not making it was not even an option because you knew it was your God-given person. That person is still inside of you screaming, how did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. Take your life back. You don't have to settle for this. So I ask you, where is the child in you? Get back at the teacher. Get back at the parent. Get back at the loved one, the significant other who said you couldn't make it. One of my favorite quotes by Frank Sinatra is, the best revenge is mad success. And I want to leave you with this. It's the words to one of my favorite songs. Keep the dream alive. Don't let it die. When something deep inside keeps inspiring you to try, don't give up. And never give up on you. Thank you so much. This has been a pleasure. Go Rams, Rams Union. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Now that's family reunion's words of wisdom. Let's give him another round of applause. Wow. You know, that brother bad. I see him trying to take your girl, man. You're good. Now that we have been inspired by words of wisdom, now we'll be inspired by the mighty sounds of the Marching Rams show band. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready for this? Are you sure? All right, Mr. DeQuill, take it away. That's working it today, aren't they? Let's give a round of applause. Oh, somebody says they're not finished.
All right, let's do it.
time when he know he in the right gear. The church is supposed to get up and get behind him. Y'all know what I mean? Y'all know y'all should have got up behind him that time. Come on, let's give another round of applause. Y'all are wonderful. If that was ever a case for our fine arts building, that's it right there. That's it right there. We now have one alteration to our program for our introductions. Miss Morgan Rainwater will take the place of Miss Brandy Hall, who's had a car accident, so we ask that y'all keep her in your prayers. And then Dr. Richard Williams, our illustrious coach Mike White will come up and they will do introductions for our athletic program.
Good morning. I am Morgan Rainwater, a student, Albany State University student athlete advisory committee member. This morning, I have the pleasure of introducing two outstanding men who are beacons of Albany State University. Dr. Richard H. Williams has served as our athletic director for 3 years. In this position, he has guided the coaches and student athletes to new heights, while helping us solidify our success and traditions. Although he may not be a graduate of ASU, it is clear to the student athletes that he definitely bleeds blue and gold. Not only is he a true ASU fan, but he seems to understand that a Golden Ram can run over a Georgia Bulldog any day. Now, when you think of ASU head football coach James Mike White, one vision, 3 things: success as a player, success as a coach, and success as a representative for our great university. Coach White has mentored to many of our student athletes by telling them to strive for everything they desire and to be outstanding at every task. Not only does Coach White wear the colors of blue and gold proudly, but he promotes the spirit of ASU from heart and soul. President Freeman, ASU faculty, staff, students, alumni, and friends, I present to you Dr. Richard H. Williams and Coach James Mike White.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to Dr. Everett J. Freeman, president of this great university, platform guests, administrators, faculty, staff, students, alumni, and friends. Good morning to Homecoming 2013, a Ram reunion. I am extremely honored to stand before you on this occasion because we welcome back Albany State University, all of our friends back home to Ram country. At this time, will all former student athletes of Albany State please stand? All former student athletes of Albany State, please stand. We have our basketball reunion, our undefeated team, baseball. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for providing your support. The Albany State University Golden Ram and Lady Rams athletic program have a rich and proud tradition of winning throughout the years. Our athletes are Ram tough and have proven themselves on the playing field and courts, but mostly in the classroom. I'd like to take a couple of minutes to recognize some of the most dedicated coaches and student athletes in the world. They have worked hard to provide a positive imprint on ASU athletics in the national spotlight while producing countless victories. We want each team and coach to stand as you are introduced. First, I would like to introduce the 2012 SIAC Championship Women's Cross Country as well as Men's Cross Country team. Please stand. As well as the 2010 SIAC second place finishers, men and women's track and field team, under the direction of Coach Kenneth Taylor and assistant coaches Ronnie McGirt and Robert Smith. We congratulate the cross country teams and wish them much success as they compete at Tuskegee University for the SIAC championship crown. They're on the road as we speak now. Best wishes to Coach Taylor and the track and field teams for the upcoming season. Will the 2012 SIAC championship Lady Rams softball team please stand? Of Coach Skinner and assistant Coach Graham. Last year's team is the only HBC team to advance within the NCAA championship tournament. Congratulations, ladies. Will the 2012 SIC second place finishers, the Lady Rams volleyball team, please stand? Under the direction of Robert Skinner and assistant coach Renise Graham, currently they are in second place of the SIC East Division, and the Lady Rams are expected to win the championship title during the upcoming SIC volleyball championships right here at Albany State University. Congratulations, ladies. Will the Lady Rams basketball team please stand? Coach Skinner and assistant coach Alexandria Willis and Callie Hamilton, congratulations to Coach Skinner for a great job with the women's sports program, and best wishes to the Lady Rams team in their upcoming season. Will the men's basketball team please stand? Under the direction of Coach Chris Cameron, assistant head coach Stan McCormick, and assistant coaches Sean Glenn and Lawrence Yankee, best wishes for our upcoming season. Will the Golden Rams baseball team please stand? Under the direction of Coach Ken Connor and assistant coach James Flynn and Ken Nesbitt, best wishes for a championship title this season. Will the women's tennis team please stand? Congratulations on your past accomplishments and best wishes. As well, congratulations to the ASU cheerleaders and Coach Carla Anderson, who have cheered our teams to numerous victories as they have won several competitions awards this year. Ladies, please stand. We would also like to recognize our Student Athlete Advisory Committee under the leadership of Coach Stan McCormick, which captured their third consecutive SIC Citizen Championship for outstanding community service. SAC members, please rise to be awarded. Special recognition is also in order for our 12th men. Our 12th men, they are the Marching Rams Show Band. Under the dynamic leadership of Mr. Michael McQuill. Last but not least, I would like to recognize the athletic staff who helped make ASU Athletics #1. Mrs. Stephanie Harrison Dyer, our Assistant Director of Athletics, Compliance Officer, and Senior Women's Administrator. Mr. Stan McCormick, our Sports Information Director. Mr. Walter Anderson, our Staff Assistant and Equipment Manager. Ms. Monica Watson, our Administrative Assistant. And Ms. Geraldine Wins, our Academic Support Services Coordinator. We also thank so many others from various campus departments and organizations for helping us maintain our status as a top-notch athletic program within Division II. The next person I would like to introduce really needs no introduction. Head coach James Mike White is known throughout the nation as one of the top-notch coaches in Division II football. He is in his 14th year as head coach here at his alma mater. Under his leadership, Golden Rams team have won the 2010 SBN National Black College Championship, made 8 consecutive appearances in the NCAA Division II playoffs, and won 5 SIC championships. This season, against Elizabeth City, he won his 100th game as head coach. His 2013 Golden Rams are on their way to playing for the SIC championship game set for November 17th and making a repeat appearance in the playoffs. Coach Mike White and your Golden Rams are showing that Ram spirit during adversity will continue the traditions of Rams have enjoyed throughout the years. Dr. Freeman and others, I introduce Coach James Mike White.
Good morning. Just as Dr. Williams just told you, a few years ago we stood here with the National Championship Trophy. I stand here today, we're 1-4. Got to stand the same way, take it on both ends. Saturday, we got to have it. You hear me? We got to have it Saturday. This is our homecoming. Our football team is very important to us, and winning that game is important to us. I understand that. You don't have to keep asking me, are we going to win tomorrow? We are going to win tomorrow. Dr. Freeman, our guest speaker, other platform guests, alums, faculty, staff, students, the band, the Jones boys, and everybody else. Welcome and happy homecoming. My job here is very easy today. Besides guaranteeing that win tomorrow, I want to introduce you to our staff as well as introduce our seniors. Our staff is, I'll introduce them as they sit over there. Coach Steve Smith is our offensive coach. If you could just hold to afterwards and clap, because his head is big enough already. So just hold your applause. And Coach Smith, could you stand? We want to see how much weight you lost and how good you're looking. Coach Smith, could you remain standing? Thank you. Our quarterback coach is Coach Willie Totten. This is his first year here. Coach has just been selected. He in every Hall of Fame it is, but he's just been selected to the brand new Black College Hall of Fame. Let's give him a hand for that. Coach Anthony Kelly, our receivers coach. Coach Ken Connors. Coach Dan Land, Coach Luther Edwards, Coach James Crosby, and I hope I didn't miss anybody else. Coach Al is not here with us today. This is our coach. This is our football staff. I didn't miss anybody. Give him a hand, please. I didn't miss anybody, did I? Thank you. Our seniors, please stand and remain standing. We'll give you a hand afterwards. Here we go. Our quarterback, Rodney Kaplan. Akeem Riley. Remain standing, Steve Smith. Our captain, Marcavius Dudley. Linebacker, Jarvis Bryce. Linebacker Glenn Stanley, linebacker DeMonte Queen, captain also Dexter Moody, Jeremy Gucci Reynolds, a safety, Quentin Braswell, cornerback, Darvell O-line, Hakeem Riley is also one of our, Hakeem Lester is also one of our captains. Kareem Hess. What can I say, huh? We're glad you're still here with us, that's all. Our running back, and Ryan Ponder, our wide receiver. Now, I didn't miss anybody, guys, know. With our whole team stand, and again, we just heard the 12th man. I love it when our band playing, when we scoring touchdowns tomorrow. Let's give that same ovation to these guys. Again, everybody, thank you. Happy homecoming, and go Williams!
I don't think Coach Mike playing. I believe we have now on tap a pep performance by the ASU cheerleaders. Are they here? I see them somewhere. And Mrs. DeQueer, I will ask you in the interest of time, as opposed to the next performance, I want to have you all close us out. Is that okay? All right, thank you. we're going to do a few acknowledgments. We're just about to close if y'all give us just a couple more minutes. I want to do some acknowledgments on our program. The first of which, I want to acknowledge the ASU students. Let's give yourselves a shout out. ASU students. Folks who've made it possible for this institution to exist for many, many years, our ASU retirees. Would you all please stand? Let us say hello to you. Our current faculty, staff, and administrators from Albany State University, please stand. We'd like to acknowledge the family of our illustrious speaker, the Pratt family, the future Mrs. Pratt. I'm sure we have several of our ASU Foundation and our ASU Alumni Association Board of Directors members. If you're all here, please stand. We'd like to acknowledge you all. Last night we met a few of these folks, but these are a special group of alumni, those who have been out of Albany State 50 years or more, the Golden Circle. Please, Golden Circle, stand up, let us acknowledge you all. Golden Circle, don't sit down yet. All Albany State alumni, please stand up, come on. I'd also like to acknowledge members of Dr. J.W. Holly's family, Dr. Cheryl Willis and her family. This is the great niece of Dr. J.W. Holly. I think they're here. There they are. Let's give them a round of applause. Yes, now this time I want to ask Dr. Freeman to come up. We have two really good things we need to do. The first of which is that we are in our Stand for ASU campaign. And our faculty and staff took a huge stand for Albany State University back in August of this year. As a part of that, Dr. Mike Miller, who was our interim provost for Roman Services, decided to donate a week timeshare in Hilton Head. He also is going to donate a television, 42-inch flat screen, not the old TV that you turn with the dial. So Dr. Freeman's going to come up, and we're going to pull two names. The first name is going to win a 42-inch television. Can't pull your own name, Dr. Freeman. Mr. Jimmy Walker. Mr. Walker, is he here? Mr. Walker just won a television. Let's give him a round of applause. And the grand prize, which is the week's timeshare in Hilton Head, Mr. Quavis Carter. So y'all let him know that he won. Come on, let's give him a round of applause. I began the program saying that in 110 years, the university has a tendency to create friends. We have a new set of friends that have just come on board with us, and quite frankly, they're our next door neighbors. I want to ask Mr. Elton Wetland and delegation from Kia of Albany to come up. They have a special announcement they're going to make. Tomorrow they have a big presentation, but Mr. Wetland is going to come to tell us about this new partnership that we have with Kia of Albany. So let's give him a round of applause as he comes.
I'll be brief. Thanks for having us. Wow, we bought this dealership 2 years ago next door. We're neighbors, and I had no idea what we were missing. I'm hurt a little bit now because I got hurt just watching this group over here. So, but anyway, all seriousness, we're thankful to be part of this. Our thanks goes to you, not us. I called Kia National, got them involved, and our sister Toyota store, and we'll make some announcements tomorrow. But thank you. As our nation heals and we come together, we're thankful to you to be part of it. Thank you from Kia of Albany and our sister store, Toyota of Albany. Thank you very much. So this is the last time Dr. Freeman's going to be my boss for homecoming.
And y'all may recall that Dr. Freeman has this tendency to put people on the spot, to ask them to sing the alma mater. Y'all remember that? So today, it's my turn. Dr. Freeman, we're going to retire the colors. And then I'm going to ask you, Dr. Freeman, to come and lead us in the alma mater. What do y'all think about that? All right. ROTC, take it away.
It paid to have an international opera singer up here because he said he would join me to keep me from being a complete environment. Look, I want to thank all of you for continuing to grow Ram Nation. It's not one individual, it's everybody in the nation who grows this nation. We're at a point in the nation where we're going to continue to need all of the support and all of the effort by everybody who's a part of the nation to keep the nation moving forward, as I know we will move forward. Many of you who were part of the 50-year program yesterday evening got to meet the provost. All of you who are students probably know I'm asking her to come up as I talk about it. But I want you to meet one of your own. This is the only acknowledgement I'm going to do. One of your own. She is the provost here at Albany State University, Chief Academic Officer. She's a graduate of the class of 1971. And I just want her to be here next to me because she truly represents Albany State moving forward. She really does. Don't know what will happen in terms of the selection of an interim, don't know what will happen in terms of the next president. But academically speaking and otherwise, she is the real deal, folks. If you're looking for the real deal, you have it in one of your own. And Dr. Beverly Edmonds. Please give her a round of applause. And without any further ado, I'd like all of you to rise as we retire the colors. And once the colors are retired, we're going to sing us an alma mater. Oh, come forward to retire the colors. Come on forward. And we're going to sing that alma mater like it has never been sung before. With 3-part harmony, and with the basis said, we're going to do it one more once, because we're going to do both stanzas. So we're going to get this thing done as our 4 featured generals come forward. Each one of the members of the ROTC will in fact be commissioned as an Army officer. And we have every expectation that all 4 of them will end up general and flag officers in the United States Army. I know this is an imposition on our guest speaker, but I'm going to ask him just to stick around a little bit after the program so that those of you who want to have a picture taken with a star can do it so your grandchildren can say, Grandma, that's you and Travis Pratt in that picture? You can say, oh yeah, honey, that was us in 2013. So if you don't mind Mr. Pratt doing that, I think this is one of those moments where he truly epitomizes what we say when we mean potential realized. Mr. Pratt said he would join me in getting us started in the alma mater. So Brother Pratt, come on forward. Yeah, y'all thought you're giving it. Okay. Let's take it away. Let me know when we're ready. Mr. DeQueer. Oh, we need all the help we can get up here. Come on, y'all.